These images have been beamed all around the world. In summer of 2014, a 2-month-old baby was pulled alive from the rubble of a building in Aleppo after a 12-hour search. He became a symbol of the war that has ravaged Syria for the past 5 years. His rescuer, Khalid, was one of the 3,000 civil defense volunteers known as the White Helmets after their distinctive hard hats.
It's a miracle. Thanks to God, this child is still alive. It's a way to show the world what is happening here.
In August of this year, Khalid was killed in an airstrike, one of 142 White Helmets to die in the conflict. The organization operates from 120 centers across 8 provinces in opposition-held areas, saying it's not permitted to work in government-controlled territory. Its volunteers are bakers, painters, and students. All left their old lives behind to rescue victims. Here in Aleppo, they cover their white trucks with mud to avoid being spotted and targeted by warplanes.
One day we went to the scene of a bombing. There was a fire and people trapped under the rubble. While we were there, warplanes hit us and the rescue team with a rocket. We had gone there to rescue people and put out the fire, and people had to rescue us instead. 6 people were wounded. One of them is in a critical condition.
The group, which emerged in 2013, has won international fame with videos showing their daring rescues, like this one in Idlib in late September. But it has borne the full force of a conflict which has killed more than 300,000 people and displaced half the country's population.
Last week was a bloody week for the city of Aleppo. This week, civil defense centers were targeted. Airstrikes and bombings have increased. As of today, we have 7 injured volunteers in hospitals, 2 centers are no longer in service, and more than 10 of our vehicles have been destroyed completely.
Some backers of President Bashar al-Assad accuse the group, which receives funding from the likes of Britain, Japan, and the United States, of being a tool of its international donors. But the volunteers themselves have been hailed as heroes all the same and say they remain neutral and focus only on saving lives.